Hey, hi guys. Hi.
Hi, Dhaval. It's a pleasure to have you.
Hey, thanks for having me here. Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. We have about 80 participants. We're expecting more and more. So I think we should be able to start in a couple of minutes.
Sure, yeah. Please take your time.
Sure. I think we have about 100 odd people. So I think we should be good to begin. If that's okay with you, Dhaval.
हाँ हाँ भाई मतलब मैं तो आई एम मोर देन हैप्पी टू गेट स्टार्टेड। 100 तो बहुत ज्यादा हो गया यार, इतना तो हम कभी गए नहीं है कोई हमारे सेशन वेशन में, तो 100 तो ओवर किल। आई थिंक आयुष हैज फोर्स्ड एवरीबॉडी टू कम एंड बी लाइक भाई आओ और वर्चुअल बैकग्राउंड लगाओ एंड ऑल दैट। बहुत ज्यादा मेहनत करवाया है आयुष ने लोगों को।
अब अभी फिलहाल जरूरत नहीं पड़ती. This is also the next batch. So right now we don't need to push them as much.
ये सही है यार, जो नेक्स्ट बैच है उनके पास सब करवा लो। ये तो यही होता था यार, वो प्लेस कम की मीटिंग्स में भी नेक्स्ट बैच ही जाता था और बोलते नहीं थे कंपनीज को कि जूनियर्स है कि करंट बैच है, और सबको कंपलसरी सवाल पूछने का। यार थिंग्स डोंट चेंज यार, अब थिंग्स जस्ट डोंट चेंज, व्हिच इज गुड।
Chalo, I will take a couple of minutes to formally introduce you. On behalf of the Kautilya Consult Club of XLRI's XPGDM program, it is my absolute honor to welcome Dr. Dhaval Shah, co-founder PharmEasy and an XLRI alum, for an exclusive session on starting up post B School. PharmEasy is India's first e-pharmacy unicorn and was recently in the news for its acquisition of MedLife. Dr. Dhaval Shah has been on the Forbes 30 under 30 as well as the Fortune 40 under 40 lists and is one of XLRI's most formidable alums. So, sir, on behalf of the entire XLRI community and the Kautilya Consult Club, it is an honor to have you here. And over to you.
No यार, absolute pleasure. So I think the last time I was on campus was I think 20 December, yeah, December 19. Post that it's been a while. And अभी ये so there are people from both the campuses, क्या Ayush? So do we have the NCR campus, the alleged NCR campus, which is thoda in a different state than NCR types?
उनको इनवाइट गया है.
अच्छा, okay. No, I just so because
हाँ.
I think the complexities have just gone up. So too many courses, too many campuses. So yeah, I think this is the first for me as well. So no, thank you guys for having me. I don't know. So I'll be very transparent. I don't have a presentation or a agenda for this. I think the idea was to just keep it very interactive and just to give people a flavor of if at all you have thoughts or aspirations of starting up, how should you think about it, etc. Just to give you background, I was on campus from 12 to 14. Uh, from the HR batch. I think during my time there was just one campus, and it was just the old campus, and it was a smaller campus, uh, tightly knit. Just in terms of travel time and travel distance, the seniors and juniors used to stay across each other. Um, uh, and I think the best part was, I think at that time it was very lively. I think sadly now, just because of everything related to COVID, you just can't be on campus. But otherwise, I think I'm sure you guys will be on campus very soon. We were the batch that actually started the entire SAC thing that now exists, the constitution that exists. So a lot of things that happened during our time. Post which I went to McKinsey for a bit, for almost पौने 2 साल I was there. Post which, I always wanted to do something of my own, and that's where PharmEasy happened. So it's been 6 years now. I think the toughest part was obviously quitting McKinsey. I think on campus, getting placed with McKinsey was always like a dream job. And then quitting that was quite tough. But I think yeah, ठीक है, मतलब now I mean looking back, glad that I took it. But yeah, I always wanted to. I think from a typical Guju family where business runs in the blood. So in 7 generations across my family, nobody's ever worked. Everybody's had something of their own. कितना भी छोटा हो, but खुद का कुछ करना है types का. So the funniest point was, so when I got placed in McKinsey, the interviews were at that time McKinsey used to not come to Jamshedpur. So they were like, "तुम आ जाओ." They shortlisted some 10, 12 people, and they said, "Just come to Mumbai." So they flew us down, got the interviews done. So once the interviews were done, I just went back home in Mumbai. And the first thing that my family told me, "अच्छा तो अभी तू नौकरी करेगा अभी?" And I'm like, "That's what I came here for." So yeah, I think the family environment was very different, and I think that really um, pushed me to do something. So we're 5 friends, all born, brought up, lived, survived together, all live in the bylanes of a suburb in Mumbai called Ghatkopar, which is like a Guju land. Stones throw away from each other. We've all been brought up together during either school or college, etc., etc. So we always dreamt of doing something together, but everybody went their different routes. So a few did engineering, a few did. One of my friends went to IMA, one guy went to IMT Ghaziabad. I went to Excel. Post which everybody started quitting, and then this is what we started. So it's been 5 to 6 years. Went from building a team of 5 of us to roughly now 12,000 odd people across the country, including delivery fleet, warehousing staff, etc., based out of Mumbai and Bangalore. Deliver pan India. The idea was very simple. The idea was very simple, that we need to simplify healthcare, and considering pharmacy was the is the biggest share of spends in if you think about healthcare, we were very clear that let's start with the pharmacy piece and then take it from there. That's how it all started. Um, uh, I mean, we've raised multiple rounds of institutional capital. Now we have around 16 institutional investors across 7 or 8 different countries. And yeah, I think growing every day. We try to innovate in healthcare. So a lot of things are happening. While we started with medicine delivery, now the idea is to do diagnostics, doctor consult, basically solve for medical outcomes. So I think till now the idea was to just solve for logistics or supply chain, wherein we said if you need a product or a service, we will deliver it. Now we are getting into if you have diabetes, let us solve it for you. That's the difference that we want to make. Um, I mean I can talk a lot about the experiences and the company and the various things that we built along the way or had to build along the way. But a few things that really stuck while we were doing this is, I think one, as a country in India, I think demand is never a problem in anything that we do. I think the biggest problem is supply. You will never find good suppliers, good vendors, good delivery partners, etc., etc. Two, the importance of building a good team is never taught anywhere or never told or never spoken anywhere. I think beyond a point, you're just one founder or whatever, 20 founders even, but you need 10,000 people to do something together at scale. Three, I think uh, technology and use of technology in startups is again extremely misunderstood. So SaaS startups in India hardly exist. I mean, I would be surprised if there are more than the ones that you can count on your fingertips. So the kind of work that we all tech tech startups in India do is basically more of business and ops, which has a layer of technology on top. It is not core tech startups which you see outside the country. So you need not be like a hardcore engineer or be like somebody that understands technology and create like IoT devices and all of that. I mean, just to get into a tech startup. And for the best time ever to do something of your own is yesterday and today. It will never be tomorrow. I think these are the five things that we learned along the way, because I think it's just the responsibility just keep increasing. In general, you become more comfortable with where you are. You worked so much to get a job, and then to just leave it all away or give it all away becomes extremely difficult. So yeah, these are the four or five things that we learned along the way. I'm more than happy to chat on various, but I mean these were more generic, more things that fit any startup in general, anybody who wants to do that. And the last, which is the most important thing, very relevant for everybody over here, is I think a lot of things that B schools teach you is beyond the academics. Uh, I I think even today, when I interview somebody, and maybe it's a bias, but I don't know, it's a bias across the org or across all organizations that at least I know about. The activity on campus is directly proportional to what the candidate can get when the person joins. So for example, our core team is around 15 odd people. None of them, and trust me, none of them are sectoral experts. So the guy who leads logistics for us, and when I say logistics, deliveries to 19,000 habitable zip codes in India through a network of 2,500 delivery boys, never done logistics in the past. The guy who leads warehousing for us, which is now 33 warehouses, each spanning 25,000 square feet across the country, had never done warehousing before he joined us. The guy who leads consumer retention had never done marketing in the past. While obviously we got a CMO who obviously had done marketing, because we realized beyond a point, marketing, you need to understand some bit of marketing before you spend hundreds of crores on advertising. So there are a few verticals that are extremely technical, wherein you need expertise of that sector. But beyond that, I think our biggest filter has been how good or bad have they been in hustling stuff, right? Will they get things done? Will things move? Which is very different from a typical FMCG or a uh, I mean, FMCG again is a bad example, but I don't know. I mean, for a lack of good example, please don't beat me for this. But for example, Tata Steel, right? I mean, we would love people who will stay there for 20 years, 15 years. We are okay if somebody leaves in 3 years, but in 3 years we'll get work done, which is like 5 years or 6 years in anybody else's life. So, and the only proxy to that is activity on campus. क्या किया है भाई, कुछ हाथ पैर मारे है कि नहीं, कुछ कमिटी वमिटी का नाम है कि नहीं, and all of that really matters a lot. It's just a proxy. I'm not saying it's the most important thing, it's just a proxy because you don't have anything else to know. In general, when you have spent 3, 4, 5 years in the industry, the first thing that you do is pick up calls, previous organizations, do ref checks, etc., etc. When you're just out of campus, I think the biggest proxy is what have you done. And I don't remember a single person that I have checked the CG off. I think we've never had a filter, and I have hardly seen a startup having a filter कि इतने के ऊपर वालों को ही हम लेंगे. But I think the bottom of the CV is more important than the first half, is what we've seen generally. So yeah, I think, and I tell this to everybody, and again, maybe maybe it does not sound right, but I don't think startups are for everybody. So it's not meant for everybody. If you can sleep at night peacefully without knowing what will hit you tomorrow, without knowing whether you will be surviving tomorrow or not, whether you'll be hunting for a job or not, I think that's what you sign up for. There is nothing like a weekend or a weekday because you just have fun doing what you do. You might decide to get up on a Monday morning and not work at all, but you decide to work on a Sunday morning and get the entire team on a call and start working. If that's the flexibility that you love versus a fixed salary, etc., that's I mean, that may be a driver, but otherwise startups are not for everybody. But I tell this to everybody, and I've told this to a lot of my friends as well. I think the next best thing to do is to work at an early stage startup versus starting up on your own. So again, which on campus is very difficult and very different because again, day zero, etc., don't work that way, and all your early stage startups come quite late. But yeah, that's something that is as interesting or as satisfying or as enriching as working or starting up on your own. So I think that's something that I will leave it to. But Ayush, unless you have a specific thing that you want me to follow, or I am more than happy to take questions or just keep it interactive versus speaking things which might not be relevant at all to the larger group. Yeah.
No, I think we can open the floor to questions.
Yeah. Ayush told me question set है भेजू क्या, मतलब I don't know what मतलब क्या आने वाला है उसमें, but मतलब as far as you don't ask me things like अभी valuation क्या है and कितना धंधा करते हो and all of that, I'm more than happy to answer everything and anything under the sun.
सर IPO कब आ रहा है?
यार ये देखो, ये बताओ, ये ना, ये मतलब ये तुम यार 20 स्कूल में क्या कर रहे हो यार, तुम मीडिया हाउस चला लो यार, तुम एक न्यूज़पेपर चालू कर दो. Yeah, if there was ever a time in India where you should list, it is now. So the idea was to do something like that. It was internal discussion, and we discussed it with like some 20 people, and it came as front page news. So that's the stage at which we are. But to be very honest, we are very seriously contemplating something. Timelines, यार एक तो इंडिया में लिस्टिंग इज ऑलमोस्ट लाइक बोलते ना 7 समुंदर पार करना टाइप. इट्स लाइक यू हैव टू लाइक पास लाइक thousands of tests and like 5,000 criteria, and लॉस मेकिंग कंपनीज लोगों को समझती नहीं है, एंड सेबी फील्स दैट सब चोरी होते हैं until unless proved otherwise. So I think it's tough in terms of just procedural stuff, but for sure कुछ आएगा. मतलब कब आएगा वो हमको भी नहीं पता, but as early as we can. But plans are very serious, very serious as I speak.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. So what am I supposed to? There are so many with this sign. Is this?
Yeah.
Like
So we hi Dhaval, Yash here. So we'll go one by one. We kind of have a look at who's raised the hands first, and we go in the queue. So
sure.
no, I've done my PhD in life sciences, and it's a very similar field. I've been into somewhat pharma space as well as work for in diagnostics during the COVID times during the first wave. So I just wanted to understand. I mean, a lot of companies are trying to come up into diagnostic space, even SpiceJet and companies who never even had their background in these lines, as well as a lot of startups are coming up. How do you see there's been a boom of diagnostic business? How do you see that going? And the other question is on the pharmacy side as well. Being, at a local level, we are seeing, at least in places like Mumbai or Pune, a lot of localites are starting their pharmacy stores. So, how competitive are you finding local businesses?
Sure. So, see, the question that you ask is, I think, very similar to like very non-sectoral specific. The first question, you can answer it in a very generic way that benefits everybody. I think, see, in general, when you think about any market or any sector, I think the biggest thing, there will always be multiple people coming up. I think if there are not multiple people coming up, then the sector in itself is not interesting, and even you should not do something in that space. So when we started, there were like some 25 different e-pharmacies that came up along with us. Right now, like 2 or 3 of us survived. See, the biggest, as I started with, the problem will never be demand. The problem will always be supply. So when I say diagnostics, also the problem is not demand. Demand to bahut hai. The problem is supply. When you say like again lack of good example as a SpiceJet, like their core expertise is like running airplanes. मतलब अभी like मतलब ऐसे तो बोलने के लिए even I can become a chef tomorrow wherein I can just call somebody at home and ask them कि भाई खाना बना के दो and then मैं मेरा tag लगा दूंगा. But see, at the end of the day, you need to understand कि what is your expertise in, and until unless you solve the core of the problem. So for example, we are completely full stack. So when I say full stack, um, when you place an order with us, the first communication and the first call that you get to the last delivery that happens to your doorstep. Delivery only in 75% of the cases. The remaining is done by third-party courier because I mean, for us to deliver to something like say a Jalandhar, as of now, because of lack of skill, doesn't make sense. So courier partners, but everything in between happens through our team. So it is completely full stack, and that's our differentiator. So inventory is ours, caller हमारे होते हैं, delivery boys हमारे होते हैं. So that's the tough part. So when you say diagnostics, you need to also solve for blood collection agents. You cannot say कि आप अपना खून देके जाओ, right? मतलब like people just don't know how to like extract their own blood. So you'll have to get people who are trained, qualified, do it the right way. Then processing है, then the timely delivery of reports है. If you are able to build for full stack, you solve those problems. The problem in India is the ecosystem is so bad. मतलब skilled manpower नहीं है, standard procedures नहीं है. You won't believe it. There is no license required right now to operate a diagnostic lab in India. Anybody can open a lab. Like there is no license required. It is a good to have. There is no necessity to open a lab. So anybody can, but then why would anybody come to you when somebody like a Thyrocare is doing it, like say for like 1/10 the cost because of scale? So solve for supply, solve for the entire experience. Otherwise, the consumer will just abuse you. And see, as I said, competition to hona chahiye. Otherwise, as I said, the sector will never be lucrative. So when you say multiple pharmacy stores, so the pharmacy stores have always been there. There are 850,000 pharmacy stores in India, and there are 19,000 habitable zip codes. Usme bhi typical 80-20 hai, 20% of the pin codes have 80% of the stores because the demand is so high. But I think the differentiator for us has always been the technology and the consumer pain points. For us, so like when you look at us, you will feel what is the pain point that a consumer has? The pain point is not discount. The pain point is not delivery time. The pain point is availability. When you go to a medical store, you want all the 5 medicines written on the prescription. And in pharma, there are 120,000 SKUs. You cannot logically stock all of them. So the entire technology that you build, you need to ensure that you're solving for that pain point, which the local stores don't. And that's where we saw big advantage of what we did. And that's where, we are okay. We're more the merrier. So in fact, we have local partners who, beyond the threshold, अगर एक order आता है, तो हम लोगों को बोल देते हैं कि भाई आप, we actually pass it on to a real marketplace. So we are more than happy to work collaboratively because at the end of the day, I can't service 19,000 pin codes in India. So competition is always good, yeah. That just shows that the sector has potential. Paisa banega. I will not keep burning for life.
Hi, sir. This is Shweta.
Yeah, just call me Dhaval. Yeah, bolo.
Yeah, my question is with respect to the customer satisfaction. Like what I understood is Pharmacy is one of the platform from where we can order medicines, and I have been using it from last 1 year after lockdown. So I wanted to know that how much control you have on the seller part and the delivery partner, because these two are the major contributor when it comes to customer satisfaction. I mean, what medicines they are sending, and is there any delay in delivery? So how do you take care of these two factors? I mean, external factors.
No, that's what I said. There is nothing external in our model. Everything is internal. All the medical store, all the warehouses are all ours. But there are third-party sellers such as for FDI norms. I can't be a seller, but these are all captive people. So the entire experience is completely controlled by us. So if there has been some, some fuck up, some mess up with your order, so it's us. It's not our retail partner. So yeah, you have us to blame and nobody else. So yeah, so see, that's what I said. That's the so our NPS scores. I don't know how much are you all conversant with NPS scores. NPS scores are upwards of 55. So just to give a benchmark, NPS scores, the higher the better. Apple has an NPS score of 80, which is like industry first. But Amazon India has an NPS score of 29. A Big Basket has an NPS score of 32. These are all published numbers done by multiple research agencies. So I think at the end of the day, how good your consumers are happy with your services, all that matters. Because beyond the point, आप कितना ही खर्चा कर पाओगे. So that's where we realized that we need to make it completely in-house. So the entire experience is internal. We don't outsource anything.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir. Shivagami this side. Sir, can you brief about the key takeaways from the course that you've done in XLRI and how it has helped you shape your career? Can you brief on that?
Sure. So yeah. So well, as I started with, right. See, first of all, I mean I never wanted to do HR. That's the only course that I got admission in, and I was like, ये बार तो ये भी मिल गया, अगले साल वो भी शायद ना मिले. So I just took it up, which is the case with a lot of people in general. That I realized when I joined. So I was a doctor, so I didn't even know कि Excel करके something exists when I was studying. Then I started preparing for MBA, and I was like, चलो जमशेदपुर में कुछ है. Then I realized that there is a course in HR which is so famous, and I was like, okay, let's just apply. What happened was I was waitlisted. And I had a fantastic interview, and my scores were okay, but my interview was fantastic. And I was like, अगर इतने अच्छे interview के बाद भी अगर waitlisted है, so then तो next year तो कोई chance नहीं. So that's why I took it up. So very honestly, I was never like super keen on doing HR. But I think the course, see, in general, while obviously the HR course, so for example, our HR practices in the company are quite okay. So we are not, we are compliant and all, but I don't think we are known for our HR practices internal, because we have just have so many business problems to solve. That HR was always taking a backseat. So that's why we are right now recruiting for a CHRO, somebody who can take over and like really put some HR mind behind it. But I think the things that you learn on campus are more around just collaborativeness, leadership skills, getting people together, driving outcomes. I think, which is something that you never learn otherwise. I think just all these, I think that the non-tangibles are so high that I feel I can't even quantify, especially on something like in our campus, because there's so much group work, assignments, and all this. I think that's what I started with, right? I think the first thing that we look for people, at least in pharmacy, is the bottom of the CV, which is more like, what have you done other than acads on campus? Because that's something that we feel makes a lot of difference, because that's what you carry beyond. I still remember the multiple fights that we've done during elections, the sack, lafde. I mean, every batch has so many things that happen. I think they just make you a very different person versus, obviously. So, for example, the courses on the entire org piece, courses on compensation, performance management, fantastic courses. And I think those are really something that you carry along, and they are always there with you. But I think what I still cherish and remember is things that were the non-academic part, which was more like just like so many people, so many divergent views, and you just interact with. So as a doctor, we were always, in a peer set, you always know other doctors, but I think knowing people which have a very different, diverse background, very different ways of thinking was very, very instrumental in actually getting us where we are. So I would rate that much higher than almost anything else that you do here. That's what I feel bad about. I think the campus should really open up very quickly, and I think that's what everybody should be a part of. But yeah, whatever you guys can do virtually, that also always helps.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Utkarsh here. Sir, I'm audible?
Yeah,
First of all,
Utkarsh.
thanks a lot for this initiative and coming to the college for this interaction. I have some questions, sir. I'd like to take them, one by one. First of all, sir, I have a lot of time heard this thing that whenever somebody starts a startup or a company, there are a lot of failures that are before the startup. So, just want to know that what were the challenges that you faced before pharmacy that actually helped you to make such a big company and establish it like this.
Matlab, so see, inside of pharmacy, there's been multiple things that haven't worked. So, for example, I mean, we've been lucky. So, I completely agree. I think, and I mean, with God's grace, I think this is the first venture that we started and it's worked. But I will tell you, nothing at all at pharmacy panned out how we had thought. So, for example, when we started, we were a true marketplace. We said order आएगा एक आदमी के घर के बाजू में तो 1000 मेडिकल स्टोर है, वहां से दवाई उठा लेंगे और डिलीवर कर देंगे. And then the teething issues were so terrible. मतलब there were things like the medical store वाला says कि मेरे बेटे की शादी थी तो 2 दिन से दुकान बंद है तो ऑर्डर नहीं करूंगा. मेरे भतीजे का हॉस्पिटल में कुछ चालू है तो मैंने फ्रिज बंद कर दिया तो अभी कोई इंसुलिन नहीं है. साइकिल पंचर हो गया तो अभी डिलीवरी बॉय जा नहीं सकता है. एंड वी वर लाइक बॉस, मतलब वी थॉट कि भाई एक मेडिकल स्टोर ढूंढने जाएंगे तो 25 मिलेंगे, बट इनफैक्ट 25 ढूंढे तो भी एक भी काम नहीं करता था बराबर से. So the various initiatives that we thought of were almost everything was completely ulta than what we had imagined. So for example, when we started, out of 100 orders that we used to receive, almost 60%. So in e-commerce, you have something called as cancellation. You place an order and the website says कि ये order नहीं है तो cancel कर देते हैं. मतलब user बोलता है मेरे को नहीं चाहिए, cancel करो. We have a separate concept called rejection because you don't have a valid prescription for that order, which is very nuanced for our industry. So when we, initial days में out of 100 orders that we used to receive, almost 55 to 60% of the orders were rejected. Now think about it, right? You are a user 50 plus, you download the app, register, log in, place an order, and then there's this bunch of kids who call and tell you, अरे आपको ये दवाई खरीदना allowed नहीं है. And the patient just loses it, right? Because my local chemist gives me even morphine अगर मैं उसको बोलूँ तो फोन पे. And यार तुम क्या मतलब, how are you telling me कि मुझे डायबिटीज नहीं है? भाई मुझे है, मैं बोल रहा हूँ, मैं यही लेता हूँ इंसुलिन. So we've received instances wherein people used to click a photo, मतलब zoom करके वो गोली का फोटो भेजते, ये वाली गोली भेजो, और zoom करके वो प्रिस्क्रिप्शन पे एक दवाई का नाम भेजते हैं कि ये वाला भेजो. Yeah, there have been people who've sent us photograph of their मतलब skin lesion की ये हो गया, इसका दवाई भेजो, right? And I mean you can't do anything. And then so right now that number of 65% is down to 12%. So I mean, along the journey, we've learned pain points, learned communication, learned how to communicate and tell the user कि बाबा आपको देना है, हमको भी धंधा चाहिए, but please prescription लेके आओ, talk to a doctor, etc., etc. So yeah, a lot of things have gone wrong, but you just have to get up and like innovate. That's what I said. If you can sleep at night not knowing क्या होगा कल, that's what then you should do something like that.
Dhaval, just to interrupt, Narasimhan sir has raised his hand.
Hello sir, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. और बस सब ठीक चल रहा है, सुन रहा है. Okay, listen, one thing that has always concerned me is this, that when we structure courses at XLRI, typically entrepreneurship is seen as a separate kind of an elective, right? But from what you are talking, it's not just an elective issue. It's something which I think has to be built up into every course where we talk of अगर तू entrepreneur है तो तुझे ये problems face कर सकता है. How do you look at it? I mean, does it make sense that we do build in some, maybe couple of sessions of entrepreneurship driven problems? Say, I'm talking of logistics, or I'm talking of, say, supply chain, or I'm talking of marketing, or I'm talking of vendor management, any of these things, that problem areas that you're talking about. Should I build it up into every course that I teach, or should I have an elective called entrepreneurship?
So, sir, you couldn't have summarized it better. And trust me, this is one thing that I always feel. Madam, we've had such crazy issues at the beginning, and I cannot even begin to describe them. And I used to feel, यार ये कोई बताता क्यों नहीं है, right? So, for example, I never knew how to set up a company. Mother, where do you register? Like, how do you get a PF number? How do you get a PT number? Sir, you won't believe it. The funniest joke was, so I was the only HR grad among the founders in the company in the first 30 people. Now, one teething problem that we had was when we started the company, we were less than 20, right? So less than 20, you don't need a PF number. तो हमने जितने भी लोगों को लिया, उनको बोला अरे PF कुछ नहीं है इधर, everything is in hand. आ जाओ, join us. And people joined. Now suddenly we crossed 20. Now when you cross 20, now you have a PF number. Now you have a PF number. Now what do? जो उन लोगों का PF नहीं लिया, and apparently if you have a PF number, you can never surrender it. Some law in India which says that. Now everybody comes and asks me, अरे बताओ अभी क्या करने का? And I'm like, boss, मुझे क्या मालूम? So things like those which are very basic. So like for example, taxation, the entire indirect tax, zero. Like I had no clue कि GST input, GST. चलो GST तो किसी को नहीं मालूम अभी. I mean even the government is struggling at times. But I think when we started VAT, बता दो या जो भी बता दो, I don't know where do I get credit, where can I use it? Like basic issues. How do you file your annual returns? Where do you file it? So things ये सब जो खुद पे आ जाती है ना, at that time it's like oh my god, now what do we do? And that's where then you go out seeking consultants. So I think the biggest problem is we are taught like very good things which are relevant, setup which is very evolved,
Organized.
like
I get your point.
like
it's very organized.
diversity, inclusion.
Yeah,
correct.
एक organization already
management.
है, वहाँ पे कैसे काम करोगे तुम? So that's the focus
Correct.
always. Right?
How-
So it's never been.
how will you correct? How will you give compensation to a CEO जिसके लिए अभी पैसा important नहीं है? Right? I mean, I still remember. Now my problem is how do I compensate a guy जिसके life में सिर्फ पैसा ही important है, right? Because he is joining us at an entry level. So these, that's the thoda, but see, 95%, actually, in fact, 99% of the population के लिए this is relevant. So obviously, this is where it should be there.
I
But
don't
maybe
know,
I think
Dhaval.
more than
I don't know. I don't know if it is relevant. Maybe many of them don't go because they don't have the knowledge.
correct.
Right. So
True.
ये chicken and egg story हो जा रहा है. So because I don't have the knowledge, बहुत and आप लोगों के जैसा सुनने से they get a scare. अरे भाई इतना मगजमारी क्यों करे? 9 to 5 चले जाए, हो जाएगा काम. Give me today my daily bread. So somewhere down the line,
So for example, sir, fundraising, yeah. So for example, fundraising, valuations. I mean, I didn't even know a word. How do you issue new shares to an investor? मतलब अभी investor आया, what do I do? How much is good? 10% is good, 20% is good, 30% is good. I don't know. मतलब I would say 1% देना है, but this guy is asking 50. अभी वो typical Indian 25% पे settle करने का कि I mean you don't know. So yeah, something like this wherein maybe small sections which are built in which might just really be life changing. That's what I feel.
Yep.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, that's a good input. Thank you.
Yeah, a lot of raised hands. So anybody, I mean, I don't know. Whoever has the easiest question. Anam.
Hi, sir.
Yeah, hi.
Sorry, okay. Hi, sir. Hi, Dhaval. Vipul here. So,
Hi.
just to where you have end, I want to know, like, okay, whenever we start some startup, so whatever this EPFO and everything, whatever filing and everything is there, even if we give to someone like some CA or something, they also miss the what you call timing. So how you have managed these things? And second, my question is like, okay, if you are hiring somebody like intern or something in a starting, what will happen after some time? They will go to some bigger company, and you will not have any manpower to finish those work, whatever you have started. Suppose you have taken some work, but you won't able to finish that one. So how you have tackled these problems? Because basically money is very important, because we can't give the same amount of money what a big corporate can give. So these are the two
Sure,
difficulties how
but
you have to tackle.
So I'll answer the second one first. See, अरे विपुल मतलब इंटर्न तो जाएगा ही ना, मतलब आप इंटर्न तो लोगे तो वो तो छोड़ ही देगा ना, वो क्यों रुकेगा? But see, there are ways in which, so for example, I still remember, and it's a very interesting story. So when we started in April, first April 2015. In May, Excel का बैच तो ग्रेजुएट हो चुका था, एंड इन जनरल कंपनीज ये स्टैंसी वैंसी देती है ज्वाइनिंग इन अक्टूबर नवंबर 6 महीने के बाद. तो हमने सो आई हैड टोल्ड माय जूनियर बैच कि यार जिसको भी घर पे बैठ के कुछ काम नहीं है आ जाओ, हमारे पास बहुत काम है, हमको एक सिटी लॉन्च करना है. तो हमने दिल्ली लॉन्च किया था विद 2 पीपल, क्योंकि वो दिल्ली बेस्ड है. एंड वी हैड सेड भाई देख पैसा तो नहीं है देने के लिए, पर डे 1000 रुपया देंगे पर डे. इट इज मोर लाइक एक सिटी लॉन्च करने मिल रहा है, कर लो. तो वी लॉन्च दिल्ली विद अ गाय, देन वी लॉन्च कैलकाटा विद अनदर गाय फ्रॉम माय जूनियर बैच. तो मतलब एंड वी न्यू ऑब्वियसली कि भाई वो थोड़ी ना हमको ज्वाइन करेगा, वो जाएगा एंड ही विल जॉइन स्टैंसी बिकॉज़ ऑब्वियसली ही वांट्स अ जॉब. बट ही हैड अ फैंटास्टिक टाइम फॉर 3 months. वी लॉन्च्ड द सिटी. We paid him 60,000 rupees for working for 60 days. He was happy. उसके खर्चे निकल गए, but he got a, अभी भी वो बोलता है भाई वो 60 दिन बहुत मजा आया था. So I think interns you need to use them in the right way. And two, I think yeah, मतलब वो तो you answered your own question कि भाई CAVA मिस कर देते तो कुछ नहीं, penalty भरो and then move on. मतलब that's the beauty of having a startup.
But Dhaval, therein lies the problem with this whole model. I mean, it is so situational. तो अगर हम कुछ पढ़ाएं भी तो क्या पढ़ाएं? I mean, for example, this question, which is a very interesting question. How do you motivate an intern to join you? Right? There is no way. Right? So take what you get. So that's the problem that we face. Right? तो अगर हम कोर्स में भी बिल्ड करें कुछ एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप के बारे में, एक तो हमको आता नहीं है, राइट, इसीलिए पढ़ा रहे हैं. एंड दूसरा, how do we build in it? I mean, if I bring in you, say, let's say I'm running a course on compensation and recruitment and training and stuff like that, and I bring you as an expert, और तुम ये अगर बोल के जाओगे, guys will immediately start saying, oh my god, ये क्या है, ये this is so unorganized, हमको कैसा मजा आएगा इसमें. So sir, how do you go about? So my question is very clear. I mean, how do you go about building a structured way of delivering an entrepreneurship component in a course?
So for example, sir, there are multiple key points that are very relevant for a startup. So for example, in the compensation, the biggest thing that a startup has to offer is not cash, it is non-cash, right? Which is stock, ESOPs, etc. When we started, we never knew how to create an ESOP pool and how does it work. What are the regulations around it? How do you give it to people? How do people benefit? How will you encash it? Even today, the government is also not clear ki how do you encash an ESOP. The funniest part is in India, ESOP is naam ke vaste. At the end of the day, you pay full tax. That's a big representation that we are doing with the government, that bhaiya, it is not salary, it is equity. But yes, so ESOPs, for example, how does it work? Which is a very evolved or a solved problem in an evolved company. In a finance course, valuations, for example, how does it work? How do you, what is the EV/EBITDA multiple that you should be asking for? How can you actually raise capital? How does seed round work? How does a series round work? Third can be I had a very interesting conversation with Rajiv sir, and I'm so glad that sir took it up very seriously. So I think he started a course on product management. I think product management in the new age world, and the funniest part was when we had set out a requirement on social media that we are pharmacy recruiting for product managers. I got like 20 pings from FMCG guys कि मैंने brand बनाया है. तो बाबा ये product manager हमारा product manager बहुत अलग है. We don't launch products. This is the tech वाला product management. And trust me, the best product managers in the country today are not engineers. The best product managers are not engineers. this is an evolved skill. So product management, and I think it has just been launched. It's going to be, I think, a part of the course next year or something like that. And I'm so glad, because product management is such a valued skill which is extremely low on availability currently in the country. That, you know, all startups need product management, because you have some layer of technology which can only be solved if you understand some part of product management. So multiple things, like, you know, you can pick up something in finance, marketing,
Yes.
HR,
I
think
now
very
understand. I'm getting an idea now as to how to evolve on that course. Yeah. Thank you.
And then it's
Doc.
not that
That's
bad. I
really
mean,
good.
while maybe, yeah, and I'll just clarify. Maybe I come across as a very big skeptic, but it's not that bad. As I said, the biggest benefit of starting up is your own. If I don't want to work, say tomorrow on a Monday morning, I can just be on bed and not decide to not work. I think that was my biggest motivation. I
Oh, you
want to
can
decide
always
when I
become
want
a
to work.
teacher. Okay.
सर उसमें बहुत मेहनत है सर, 4 साल और पढ़ाई करना पड़ता है सर, मैं वो नहीं
तो
करना
है,
था, इसलिए तो मैं
लेकिन
MTMS नहीं
वो
किया।
4 साल करने के बाद और कुछ नहीं करना पड़ता है. You are not even responsible for your products you create. So और क्या चाहिए जिंदगी में? Thank you for such a wonderful answer.
Dhaval, one doubt I'm having, like e-shop and all, if you are starting with a share capital of 1 lakh or 10 lakh, suppose, so you have only 1 lakh share. So if you are keep on giving e-shop, even one share will be valued a very high. Okay, sir. Like if you are starting something, it is not something, it is that is very big, where you have share capital itself in crores. So that will be very difficult. Like practically, that will not be possible to give e-shop to somebody. And second thing.
No, Vipul, that's not true.
Second,
so that's not true. So again, there are evolved models, there are proper way in which how ESOPs work. You should read about it. It's not that way. I mean, and the very reason somebody will join you when your company is just like 1 lakh shares is because uska value badhega. Otherwise, why will anybody join? Hey, sorry. Can you just?
Hi, Dhaval.
Yeah, Anam. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us today. Firstly, my question was more on the enabler aspect. Your thoughts. So, how has the government's policies and initiatives in India may helped you, and what more do you think can be done from the regulatory angle or the policy angles to help startups?
Yeah, a lot of things. Yeah. I mean, I can speak for 24 hours on this, and still my list will not get over. But I think basics, right? For example, GST compliance, regulations, filings. Yes, company. So see, our biggest problem in India is if you are compliant, you will never be a successful company in the early days, because wahi aap karte reh jao. That's the sad part. So the number of compliances are unlimited. Support to startups is pretty dismal. As I said, simple things like ESOP pay, there is full tax. So somebody who makes 1 crore by selling their ESOPs in a pharmacy, which is like, oh, by this guy will be the happiest when you know the stocks are worth so much, and when I gave it to them, it was worth 2,000 rupees. Now it is worth, say, whatever. 2 lakh going to say 1 crore. He will have to pay 43% tax, even after working 5 years. Like just outrageous, right? So that's, I mean, multiple things there. I mean, maybe, but again, this forum, I don't think either of us can do anything. So जो भी अच्छा है वो लेके आगे बढ़ो. That's the thing that you can do. But yeah, there are a lot of things the government can do better. Yeah. Next, Ankit, if you, I'm just aiming people randomly on my screen, whosoever. So yeah, Ayush, if you want to follow something else, please feel free.
ધવલભાઈ, પહેલા તો તમારો સૌથી પહેલા બહુ બહુ ધન્યવાદ કે તમે અમારી વચ્ચે આવ્યા. બહુ બહુ આભાર કે તમે તમારી સમય સારણીમાંથી સમય કાઢીને
अंग्रेजी.
हाँ, ये अंकित शर्मा जी इतना अच्छा गुज्जू कैसे बोलते मालूम नहीं. बढ़िया, थैंक यू सो मच. थैंक यू फॉर हैविंग मी.
So
बोलो
I have a habit, like I will sorry Narasimha sir, I will use Hindi bit in the main. Like I have a habit of waking up with a quote on daily basis, reading a quote. 2-3 days back I came across a quote that relates with my question which I am going to ask. It is in Hindi, in my mother tongue, that I will speak. Sorry Narasimha sir in advance. Like जिंदगी तस्वीर भी है और तकदीर भी. जिंदगी तस्वीर भी है और तकदीर भी. फर्क तो सिर्फ रंगों का है, फर्क तो सिर्फ रंगों का है। मन चाहे रंगों से बने तो तस्वीर, और अनजाने रंगों से बने तो तकदीर। तो यहाँ अनजाने रंग जो अननोन कलर्स है वो मैं रिलेट करता हूँ फ्यूचर इन्वेस्टर से, और जो तकदीर है फेट उसको रिलेट करता हूँ आपकी फार्म इजी से। तो आई वुड लाइक टू आस्क इफ यू कुड शेयर द interesting moment, most interesting moment of yours when you are pitching in front of the future investors to make this farm easy successful what it is today.
Yes, sorry, I was trying to comprehend the entire शायरी first, but sorry, मुझे question नहीं समझा. So what's the question?
It's like sir, like what most interesting pitch you have given in front of the future investor.
Oh, अरे multiple यार. I mean, I can. So I'll tell you our first business plan that we had presented. That was supposed to be the numbers that we were supposed to hit in March of 2016. We've not even hit today. But we were so confident in December 2015 कि अरे ये तो मतलब हम न्यूज़पेपर पे फ्रंट पेज ऐड डालेंगे तो पूरी दुनिया हम वेट ही कर रही है दवाई खरीदने के लिए. So and yeah, so as I said, a lot of things just don't fall into place. But yeah, so it was quite crazy. Even today, that investor calls and asks, "अरे वो 2016 वाला plan अभी meet होगा क्या?" तो नहीं सर शायद next year होगा. So yeah, I mean multiple such stories there. But yeah, very interesting. But that's that's a very different field altogether, as I said, and again, I mean, that's something that again can be, how does the VC world operate? How does the private equity world operate? That can be a very interesting aspect also that the course can speak about, because a lot of people from campus also join these funds and firms as employees, and that would also be very interesting for a lot of people. Sir, to your just I think getting back to that, I think as a part of the finance course, because that's a big industry now, which again is never spoken about on campus. Hope that answers. Yeah, Tanya. Yeah.
Hi, Dhawan. So I have heard that every successful startup always starts with a great idea. So what is your moment of eureka? Like, was it always pharmacy, or you tried other ideas? Like, how did you come up with this?
No, yeah. So you see, nobody, trust me, ऐसा सब passion ऐसा जो कोई भी founder का कोई मतलब I'm sure यार, if you ask Deepinder today, I don't think his fashion he would say कि when I was born my passion was कि मैं लोगों को घर पे खाना deliver करूँगा. वो I mean all that is quite overrated at times, and I would be very surprised until unless you are a very specific technically sound person that wants to work in the same industry that you've been studying. I don't think you generally have a passion, etc. But I think for us, a lot of things fell into place. So out of the 5 of us, 2 of us had started the B2B leg of the journey earlier. So वो लोग कर रहे थे. So we are also India's largest pharma distributors. So we had a lot of understanding and expertise in the pharmacy space. So that's where we started the retail leg. Plus we wanted to be in healthcare. Plus I had a background in healthcare. So I was also quite keen. A lot of things fell into place, but it was never कि यही करना है.
Thank you.
I hope that answer. Yeah. Arya, if you.
Good evening, Dhaval. So
ये विपुल का हाथ वापस चौथी बार, सॉरी विपुल का चौथी बार ऊपर है यार. ये विपुल तुम मेरा एग्जाम ले रहे हो क्या? Sorry, sorry Arya, keep going.
So my question was, do you have a mantra around how one goes around building a unicorn actually? Is there a fixed mantra to it? What worked for you?
Yeah, that's what I started with, right? So I think foremost and most important, a very, very good team. See, at the end of the day, valuation is an outcome. So obviously we are glad and we are very happy that we've been able to make it here in terms of valuations, etc. But beyond that point, the outcome of your valuations is not in your hand. It's more like a thing that just happens and you cannot solve for those. But otherwise, yeah, a very, very strong team. वही typical सबका साथ सबका विकास type की, you give equity to everybody so that they're there for the longer run. At the end, what will you do? If your team is not happy, beyond a point doesn't work. And going after a big market, I think that's something which is very underrated. I think choice of industry is extremely crucial. And, so if the TAM in itself is so small, so like even if you're the best out there, there's not much that you can do. So I think going after a big TAM or keep expanding your TAM in general is something that we feel is extremely crucial in general. Yeah, hope that
Hi,
answers. Yeah, Anshul.
hi Dhaval.
Yeah, hi.
I'm really sorry, guys, if I'm cutting the line. I'm not able to raise a hand or see anyone's hand. So really sorry for that. Hi
That's
Dhaval.
fine, yeah. No worries. Yeah.
So actually, I have been checking out these health tech startups for a while, and I mean two questions. Number one is आपने mention किया था थोड़ी देर पहले that supply is one of our key problems in India. Demand never is. So what do you think would be a bigger problem between the unorganized sector and the supply problem? What would be the bigger one for a startup?
No, sorry, in the sense?
इन द सेंस आपके हिसाब से स्टार्टअप के लिए कौन सी ज्यादा बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है सप्लाई या अनऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर से डील करना व्हेन यू आर बिल्डिंग अ स्टार्टअप
Both, yeah. So in general, it is very difficult to build a good business without actually having a steady state of suppliers and good people that you can work with, and that's generally a difficulty that all companies face. So that's where you will land up doing a lot of work on your own, is all I can say. That's where you need to make it full stack. But because very difficult at times, and again depend on sector to sector. There are sectors where you have very good supply chain and very good vendors, but there are sectors where the supply chain and the vendors really are quite terrible. So yeah.
धवल माय सेकंड क्वेश्चन इज आपने बोला था कि व्हेन यू स्टार्टेड फार्म इजी यू गाइस वेंट फुल स्टैक 70% of the things you guys were handling. Sir, I mean, we were creating a business plan. हमने एक business plan competition में लिया था, and our idea was that we were leveraging the third party contracts for our plan. So आपको funding में कितनी मुश्किल आई थी when you were just starting up, I mean, as a startup, and ये full stack implement करने में आपको क्या challenges आए थे?
No, obviously funding is obviously tough, and you don't get funding very easily. But at the end of the day, I think the ecosystem has evolved a lot of late. So recently, I think very recently, ऐसा हुआ है कि I think the ecosystem on series A, B, C, which is the early stage, has really evolved. So today, finding funding for a early stage startup is much easier than what it was in the past. So I think I would say it is obviously difficult, but now it is easier than done.
Okay, thank you, Dhaval.
Yeah, Anshul.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah. Hi, Dhaval. So, sir, my question is
Hi.
basically on like in a startup. So we know that there are a lot of startups coming up, but not each of them goes on to become a successful. So, what do you feel in your case went right for you? And when you are doing a startup, what are the common pitfalls one must try to avoid?
See, failure is obviously 17. I mean, see, failure rates are pretty high, and that's what you expect. Obviously, see, building companies obviously has been tough in general, and I wouldn't deny that. But I think, I think agility and pivoting things at the right time is extremely critical, which I think is extremely underrated at times. So if and over and above all the things that I mentioned. But otherwise, if you ask me, one thing that worked for us was raising capital at the right time, being in the right industry, and building a very good team. I think that's something that really worked for us versus say others maybe. Yeah. Aditya, if you want to go next.
Yeah, so I just wanted to know. So by chance, I mean college. I finished my college. Okay, and a year or two down the line, I get some idea. Okay, and then how should I go about starting my business? Like, first of all, to पैसा किधर से आएगा? First question. ठीक है? Because imagine I have some 10-15 lakhs maybe. Best case scenario. ठीक है? And then how do I proceed next?
Yeah, see, these questions ka answer you'll never get, and that's there's no set formula. Yeah, find like-minded people, do a pilot, do it over weekends, do it morning or night. Beg friends and family to lend some money, invest with you. All these things that we did. See, there's no formula, but but you have to take the first step कि भाई करना है, and it cannot be like a hobby. This is like life or death sort of a thing. कि हुआ तो वरना मेरी गेम हो जाएगी. ऐसा अगर वो डंडा है तो होता है, वरना it's tough यार. वरना you will land up being neither there, and you will always be like अरे यार क्या हो रहा है So yeah, beg, borrow, steal, get like-minded people, convince friends and family, do some prototypes is all I can say. Yeah. MVP, minimum viable product always. MVP, even at this stage, everything works on MVPs. Trust me. So MVPs.
Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure. Yeah. So Amol, if you want to go next.
High level. One very specific question. Do you think there's a way around of this prescription requirement for ordering the most of the basic drugs via the online pharmacies?
But why will there be why would you want a prescription to go away? चाहिए ना prescription to.
But like this is the most basic hindrance that I as a consumer would face in adopting the online pharmacy as a model, because ordering groceries is always
that's the law of
can be more
that's the
easier.
law. Can you is there a way around paying taxes? No, no.
But again,
that's
like
a
I can still
hindrance
buy.
for me.
I can still.
That's a hindrance for me from earning money and increasing India's GDP. But will the government tell me tax mat bharo? Nahi na. So that's not something you can expect. A prescription to lagega. There's no way out. Yeah, there's no way out. But you can make it simpler. So after the first experience, we make it very simple. So it's like an e-commerce experience. You just add a product to cart and we will fetch it from the back end. So the tech is very evolved, but there's no way to remove it here.
Okay.
Yeah, hi there. So I have two quick questions for you. And the first one is like, what according to you does the future online pharma world looks like? And second, at Pharmacy, what are some of the future ideas in pipeline?
So you see, on the pharma industry, we can speak again for hours and days. But in general, I think a lot of it. Yeah, I think generics will be big in India. A lot of consumer brands will come up. Consumer will have a much stronger say. Traditional way in which pharma companies were built will move. A lot of D2C brands will come up. Yeah, so a few things on that. On pharmacy, I think as I said, we're moving from just a transactional or a supply chain driven company to more like healthcare delivery. So solving for healthcare outcomes is the objective. And a lot of stuff happening on that front. So you will see a loyalty program coming up. You will see diagnostic tests. You will see consults. You will see specialized consults coming up very soon. So a lot of things happening on that front.
Sure. Thank you.
Hi, sir. Utkarsh here.
Hi, Utkarsh.
Sir.
Hey,
So
Utkarsh, you
yes,
sent
sir.
some email.
Yeah,
You
chat,
sent some
sir.
message.
Chat, sir. There's a chat on the chat box because, sir, that part of the question was remaining when I, was asking. So this is the same question I'm going to ask you right now. Is just two questions. Is what advice would you like to give to someone who would like to start a startup with you? Okay, like yours. And second is that, sir, I see the pharmacies in pharmacies, the advertisements are they stand out as compared to other competitors. They're quite good and they're quite eye catching. So that that jingle pharmacy actually sinks in the mind. So is that the most significant, you can say, strategy that plays most important for the pharmacy to be standing out as compared to the other partners, or is it something else? So these are the only two questions in my you can say basket?
No, glad you like it. But in general, see, at the end, branding, marketing, the jingle, all that are overrated. At the end of the time, at the end of the day, if the supply chain is terrible, if the experience is bad, लोग जितना वो ad enjoy करते उतना ही गाली भी मारेंगे, वो ही ट्यून में गाली भी देंगे. So see at the end of the day, yes, we always wanted something that sticks. We never wanted, see, the brand language that we always wanted was more like fun loving, sincere but not serious, right? It was something similar on those lines. We didn't want people to be like, अरे पापा की दवाई खत्म हो गई, अभी डायबिटीज है तो क्या होगा? And we were like, बस ये डायबिटीज है, मतलब थोड़ी ना उनको कुछ कैंसर वैंसर हुआ है, मतलब ठीक है दवाई ले लो and मतलब just live, go on with it, yeah. So that was a one line agenda that we had. We let's not scare people, and that's what we went about. Luckily ये गाना वाना थोड़ा fit हो गया तो ठीक था. So then I think things just fell into place. Yeah, I think that was, मतलब हाँ मतलब ऐसा कुछ strategy, but yeah, it's turned out well. A lot of people tell us कि हाँ तुम वो गाने वाले तो like हाँ वो हम गाने वाले लोग हैं. So yeah, I think it helps, always helps. I think musicals in India generally work. Jingles always are something that Indians love, and due to our love of Bollywood and music and etc. etc. So yeah. So
Regarding any sort of startup on that note, any sort of advice, and thank you for that. That's all.
मतलब startup पे क्या advice? So I mean I said all I had to. Like what should you think about? I mean I don't know what else, but I'm happy to answer any specific question. You can just drop me an email.
Certainly, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So Ashika.
Yes. Hi Dhaval, Ashika this side. So first of all, I'd like to mention that the challenge that you mentioned with the pharma stores where you thought you'll get 25, but you hardly got one out of so many. That is, even I think like that is something that one would get to know once they are in the field, trying to get the work done. So that is one thing that I could relate to. And the question from me would be that how do you think has the pandemic redefined your strategy and the organization culture for PharmEasy?
So I didn't get the question on the first point, but on the second one, so a lot of things have changed. Yes, I think we never thought that working from home will be so good and so efficient. We never thought that we will be able to change the lives of people so many lives without actually. So our offices have been shut since the last 15 months. But obviously our warehouses, delivery fleet are live, but we never thought that we can do so much sitting at home. We never thought Zoom meetings can be so efficient. We never thought that location actually doesn't matter. So we have half of the team working from their hometowns, and they're extremely happy because they are with their family the entire time, but they're delivering more than what they would have over here. So I think a lot of good things have come out of the pandemic, amongst all the gloomy things that have obviously happened. And I think I think for us the penetration in terms of our sector has been great. Yeah, see, I don't think the adoption of digital platforms or e-pharmacies was this good before, and we would have had to spend so much money for just getting the visibility. I think we are now household names just because people know that even in these tough times, these guys will deliver. So that's something that helps. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I can say.
Thanks, Dhaval.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Nikita, you want to go in next?
Yeah. Hi, Dhaval. It was great listening to you so far. So my question is basically on funding. So PharmEasy, as we know, has
am I the only person who can't hear?
Funding from big names from the VC.
No, Nikita is not audible.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, by the time she starts her network, Diksha, you want to go? Please?
Sure. So hi Dhaval.
Am I audible now?
Yes, I think Nikita is back. So shall I continue or? Nikita, you can ask your question. I'll go next.
Hello, am I audible now?
Yes,
Hello?
yes.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
are.
Yeah, hi, Dhaval. My question was that PharmEasy is backed by some big names from the VC world. So what would be your advice for new entrepreneurs in terms of funding?
In the sense, build a as I said, right? See, the startup ecosystem in India is now in a place wherein funding is much easier than it was in the past. Yeah? So early stage, angel, seed, series A, B, C, very good ecosystem, well oiled, evolved, easier to get. I think that's something that that bad that it was in the past. You need, as I said, time should be large. Good team, long-term vision, long-term commitment, strong horizon in terms of the outcomes of the space are the things that investors really like. And those are things that you should think about. And see, at the end of the day, if they make money, they feel they'll make money, they'll invest in your company, right? So you need to ensure that that's the outcome that you can give them. Like, I know it's the simplest answer कि मतलब उनका पैसा बनेगा तो पैसा डालेंगे type. So I think that needs to come out is all I can say. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Diksha, if you want to go next.
Yeah. So Dhaval, my question is about the net promoter score. One of the points that you made was your NPS is around 55, which is great. My question is, in times of pandemic, where I'm pretty sure that the demand has been huge and maintaining the supply chain is one of the priorities. So as a founder, NPS would be a key KPI for you. So how do you ensure that even during the pandemic, you prioritize both the supply chain part of it and also focus on improving your NPS? I mean, has the focus remained the same, or have your priorities shifted because of the change in scenario as of now?
So it was tough, yeah. So see, because of logistical constraints, obviously early on, I think there were a lot of places where we could not deliver. Courier was shut. Delivery boys were not allowed. Availability was a big issue. Demand was through the roof, almost 5 times the demand than what we generally face. But I think people were also very sympathetic. Yeah, people also acknowledge the fact that in the past, when nobody else is delivering, these guys are. When nobody else has inventory, these guys have it. So yes, it's been tough, but I think people have in fact rather appreciated the fact that even in these times, these guys are able to do it. So in fact, it has shot up. So if we look at our core markets, we are doing better than what we were in the past, just purely because of the fact that we ensured that even during these times, we are available for our people and whenever they need them. I think that really helped.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, Shikhar, you want to go? I'm just pointing on people who are first timers, by the way. So Aditya, you are last now. So yeah, so Shikhar, bolo sir.
Yeah, hi Dhaval. So actually, I'm also from Mumbai, and basically, I've been living here since long. And when we were living here in 2016, so I had a roommate who had launched Pillbox as a same thing. He was in the same domain as you are working. So wanted to know like what were the key things that your customers look for apart from discounts that you succeeded, whereas this guy just lost the market.
Pillbox Kanda. I don't know.
They were catering in Powai and Thane. 2016 में.
Don't know. See, as I said, see, full stack, again, availability. I mean, mentioned it quite a few times today. So those were the, see, understanding the consumer pain point is most critical. You cannot just throw a discount. People will come in once, the next time people will be like, bhai, tumhe rakho tumhara discount. I'll just go and buy from somebody else. So I think that's most crucial, and that's something the earlier you understand, the better. So yeah, consumer pain point is what you should be solving for versus anything else. Which the only way to solve it is talk to your consumers. If you're solving the wrong issues, it's not going to help.
Okay, Dhaval.
Yeah.
Hi, Dhawal. I had a question. Like you went on to create a new category altogether when it comes to e-pharma space. So how difficult was it for you to establish the, when you were starting out to establish the TAM, the growth factors, etc.? Because were you able to forecast that how big or how small will this go?
That's what I said. No, see, the business plan that we made for March 16, अभी तक number hit नहीं हुआ है. So the TAM has been fantastic, but obviously taking market share has been tough. And it will be, right? People just don't change their habits. Yeah. So I think it's also a function of how do you think about the market in general. मतलब, what are you trying to go after? As I said, see, we earlier thought कि we will only go after pharmacy space. Then we said कि अरे मतलब अभी diagnostics भी करना है, doctor consult भी करना है. So I think we've been increasing our TAM in general. That's been the idea. So that's what I said, right? Whatever you plan will not work out. So you need to ensure that you keep pivoting on a regular note.
Got it. Thanks.
Dhawal, if you're comfortable, we can do the last two questions.
Yeah, let's do that. I think, Akshay has his hand physically and virtually up since quite some time. So we can do Akshay and maybe Bhavya.
Hello, sir. Actually, the question is from my brother. So I'll let him ask his question.
Hello, sir. Was there any situation in your startup journey that you felt that abhi sab khatam ho gaya, and if there is such a situation, how did you cope up with that?
See, that's something that you feel regularly, but ठीक है ना, what is the worst? After all these campus stamps, etc., you can always go back and join corporate back. नौकरी तो मिल जाएगी. So that's a thing that you should always think about. नौकरी नहीं मिलेगी तो फिर तो खुद पे you have only yourself to blame. I think that is always the single line that you should keep thinking. The worst case में क्या ही होगा? I think when you think about the worst, everything else just feels fine. Yes.
Actually,
yeah, but
yeah, if in a startup, actually we take a lot of loan and all this thing, and sometimes all the expenses been used in operational things. So how would we cope up with that in such situation? Most of the you have took a lot of loan.
नहीं भाई लोन वोन मत लो यार, ऐसा मत करो यार. Don't do all this. भाई don't get super excited. लोन वोन मत लो, इक्विटी लो, डेट मत लो भाई. किसी को सबको बोलने का पैसा वापस कुछ चला तो मतलब वो बोलते हैं ना, चला तो चांद तक वरना शाम तक वाला पहले ही बोल देने का. भाई पैसा गया तो गया, डेट वेट मत लेना, इक्विटी लो. Don't take loan one.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Hi, Dhawal. My question is like. So my question is like, if you have identified an idea, so what all research goes, like somebody who doesn't have any experience over that field, and how we evaluate risk, all those things, like how to go about it. Like in your team, you had like people who have knowledge on those things.
No, so we didn't, and you will never have that. So I think there will always be a few things that you know, but I think post you enter the space, you will know more when there is, as I said, MVP, consumer surveys, consumer reach outs, etc., etc. वही मतलब ऐसे तो again even today we hardly know what will come to us tomorrow. Yeah. So you will never know everything about the sector that you want to go after, but there will always be people whom you can reach out to, have mentors, have people in the industry that you can reach out to faculty. You'll be surprised how always available they are. So there are a lot of ecosystem that you can use. You will never know even half of the things that you want to do here, even after 5-7 years. Like we don't. Yeah, so Ayush, last करें coin toss between Ali and Vikram.
छोटे हैं तो फिर दोनों कर लो.
हाँ वो उत्कर्ष टाइप नहीं, 1 में 4. उत्कर्ष किधर गया? Yeah, please, Ali.
Hi. So basically, this is a recent event that happened like 20 days ago. I was trying to order a medicine from my mom, and the only app that was delivering was Pharmacy, and that's how I landed up on there. The best part was that
Very good.
it was like ordered around 9 in the morning, and the product was delivered at the like around 12 in the afternoon. So I had just one question to the delivery boy. I asked, "How did you come so fast? From where you got the medicine? And is it a shop or a warehouse?" He said a warehouse. And at that moment struck that it is the way a strategic development in your firm, and that is the competitive advantage you are having in Lucknow, a tier 2 city. So what are the key things that you keep in mind, and how did you landed up in this warehouse idea that you had to come? Because getting medicine from Bangalore to Lucknow takes a week, and by that time my disease is already gone. So what was the mantra behind getting the warehouse in place?
No, firstly, तो ये 3 घंटा तो बहुत ज़्यादा ही अच्छा हो गया. That's not what we want to do. I think you were just lucky. So don't expect this the same next time. Otherwise, next time you'll tell me अभी 10 घंटे लगा दिए तुमने. So see, I'll tell you. See, it's been a function of a lot of things. I think we started with local stores and moved into multiple warehouses. So at the end of the day, the unit economics need to make sense. When I say unit economics, it's like per order cost. That's something that again very important in the larger scheme of things. Unit economics is something that every startup keeps tracking in the e-commerce space. So you need to, when there is density, you can afford a warehouse. Varna matlab nahi hai. So now Lucknow does do good volumes for us. Otherwise, obviously, we can't afford a warehouse in Lucknow. So now it does. So then obviously we ensure that the experience is great, so that kharcha nikal jaye warehouse ka. And yeah, that's it. So I think a lot of data. So we have like 75 data analysts, a lot of platforms that we use. We know purchase patterns. We know exactly when is the right next time the patient will require this product, and you'll nudge him at the right point of time. You know exactly what is the propensity of this consumer to take a coupon versus ordering even without a coupon. So you don't want to throw discounts to everybody. You want to throw it to the most relevant people. So there's a lot of data churning and data mining that happens at the back end. And the idea is to use it to your benefit. So I think that's something that helps versus anything else.
Thanks for such an elaborate answer. Thanks a lot.
Sure. So I think we are done, unless Ayush, you have,
I think we're done. And Dhaval, it's always amazing to talk to Excel alums, and especially.
Sorry, I got a question. I mean, there was a slight issue in the network. I mean, if you can give the permission, I would like to ask.
Yeah, we can do a last one. Yeah, tell me.
Last one. Just I would like to ask Dhaval, do you intend to diversify your organization by expanding it into homeopathy and Ayurvedic products as well? And do you intend to remain with the company for a long time? Thank you.
Remain with the company, मतलब कौन सा company?
नहीं, आपका Pharmacy.
नहीं मतलब हम चले जाएंगे तो कौन चलेगा भाई? So अरे हाँ हम रहेंगे. So I hope this is not some investor of mine asking it through you. So if it is, please tell him कि नहीं ये रहने वाले founders. So and yeah, we already sell Ayurvedic products. So we plan to do homeopathy also very soon. So वो तो सब करेंगे यार. मतलब कल कोई उनानी भी मांगेगा तो उनानी भी देंगे हमको. As far as you have a prescription, why do I care? I'll give you whatever you want, as far as it's allowed by law. So that's the So it's a natural part of the extension.
Okay, thank you.
So Dhaval, very quickly, I was just saying that especially for the incoming batch, it's amazing to be able to talk to an alum like you, because this is what an Excel alum looks like: incredibly smart, very sharp, and very candid. So thank you so much. And I would like to hand over to Shilpi, the Vice President of the Kautilya Consult Club, to give a very brief vote of thanks.
Thank you, Ayush. And on behalf of Kautilya Consult Club, we thank you to come back to XLRA for such a lively and interactive talk. I mean, the ideas we got were amazing. Whatever we learn in MBA that's there, but there will always be a new problem, a new chaos to embrace us when we go out there in the world. and the skills we need to become a successful entrepreneur are not just encapsulated around our education, but also how to build teams, approach like-minded people, and importantly, have a multi-sectoral approach and always be ready to tackle new problems. PharmEasy is an inspiration for all of us, and so are you. Thank you so much for your time.
No, thank you guys. Thank you so much. Ayush and Shilpi guys are too kind, and thank you so much. Thank you everybody. Thank you Vipul for 500 questions, and thank you everybody for the patient listening. Been an absolute pleasure. Thanks guys. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dhaval.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks guys. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.